Still great action here to come at Llandow, and it's the Junior X30s up next with Gordon Much and Oliver Greetham on the front row of the grid. Clark and Fender on row 2 with White and McQuillan, Alicia Gowndry alongside Tom Nippers, Jude Young and Jake Douglas. That's a very competitive top 10. And with the likes of Ethan Rees and Ethan Pitt just in behind, there could be a few surprises along the way as well. So out to the final turn they come, and it's a clean start off the front of the grid for Gordon Much. We're on board with Alicia Gowndry, the 13-year-old from Durham. She's our camera girl for this race. And there is the 67 jostling for position up in front.
Alicia running wide and goes across the grass, loses some time. She's had some amazing pace this weekend. As we look at the race leader and championship leader, Gordon Much on the 61 there, the 14-year-old from Lockerbie. Alicia, there she is going through the picture. She's got some amazing pace. If she can just calm down a little bit, to me, Jay, I think she's just trying a little bit too hard. She's clearly got the pace. If she can add some controlled racecraft to her driving, she will not only be able to win races, but potentially win a championship at this level, as Oliver Clark takes the lead, Jake.
Well, does he? But he almost lost the position straight back again, because Gordon Much put his nose in where it wasn't wanted as far as Oliver Clark was concerned, and tried to get the place back again. We're looking at Angus Fender in front of us, 5th on track, 3rd in the championship. So Angus Fender is going to be one of those drivers fighting for his position at the top of the table. And Oliver Clark is leading very comfortably here. He's registered under the M Sport entry. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's the same M Sport that sees Ford Focuses running through the forest stages around the world, Alan, but that's a very interesting name to appear on a Super 1 Series entry sheet.
Harry McQuillan going through the shot, Jake, 9th on track, 2nd in the televised final at Gleneagles Park. Yeah, you know more about the car racing than I do, Jake. I start misting over when people start talking about cars.
Karting only, sorry.
Karting only,
we'll
thank
move
you.
over, we'll move on.
We're on board here again with Alicia Gowndry. Look at the pace she's got, Jake. She's already caught the carts in front. She's just got to now pick them off one at a time. If she can do that, believe me, she can win this race.
Do you know what? She reminds me of Romain Grosjean in his early days of Formula One. He's got incredible pace, Romain Grosjean, but he had all sorts of difficulties when it came to composure. He'd get into situations that were beneath him, beneath his ability, and he just had to learn to take things in his stride, just take things slowly, one by one. That's exactly the same situation with Alicia Gowndry. He's up the inside. Not only is Much going to get first position, but if they're not careful, jostling the position. Shane White's going to try and move up into second place. He hasn't got the move done, has he? No, he has. He has managed to pop up. And now Fender, Greetham and Gowndry are joining the party. This is a brilliant dogfight.
Back on board with Gowndry. She's getting much closer to the 5 carts in front. Through Surtees, the right-hander here is McWhirters. It is Much out front. Shane White through to second place on the 42. 62 Oliver Clark hounding him now. Carts battling all the way down the field as well. The 59 Greetham runs wide. Gowndry up the inside. Contact! Oh! That's taken him out, I think.
Oh dear.
Oh, yeah, he's gone. There you go.
What a disaster. And that was, again, a bit of a sign there. Alicia Gowndry definitely had the speed, but maybe not the gap big enough to make it happen. Meanwhile, Fender is having another crack at the 42 of Shane White and has got through beautifully there. Again, a little bit lackadaisical, you might say. But Oliver Clark gets through into 3rd position as well. Alicia Gowndry, collision with the 59 of Oliver Greetham. That's going to be investigated after the race. And unfortunately, that became a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, didn't it? Look, she goes for the gap on the inside, but it just isn't there.
Look, she's halfway over the curb. You can't do that. And it's, you can argue, she thinks she's got the run. But again, that's what I was saying earlier. She's getting frustrated. She's got the pace, clearly. She was just a little bit frustrated. She's made the move, and I tell you what, if that's been seen, and clearly it has by the officials, she's had a warning flag. She's going to be excluded from the race for driving standards over that one, I'm afraid. But listen, let me tell you, she's got to take the positives out the weekend. She can be a little bit grumpy when things don't go her way. She's got to take the positives out the weekend. She has got some serious pace, and she can become the same sort of talent that we see in Abby Pulling, for example. We've just seen in Junior TKM. Abby's got the whole package. She's very calm, she's controlled, she's in control of everything, all of her emotions. That's something that Alicia can learn from Abby Pulling.
Not for the first time. You took the words right out of my mouth, Alan. I was going to say exactly the same thing. So the battle just behind is still very close indeed, as we see Jude Young battling it out with Ethan Rees, the 14. And it's been an absolutely fantastic battle behind our leaders. There is the scrap into Raymond's.
McQuillan.
Very nice move there from McQuillan. Beautifully judged. And it's not easy when you're in the middle of that little pack because you're desperately trying to keep up with the top 6, but you're also trying to put yourself into a good position to score the maximum points possible, as Douglas and Ewan Long are having a great scrap there, along with Ethan Rees in tow. So Jude Young at the tail of this, the head of this little train, Harry McQuillan giving him the hurry up through McQuirters, isn't he? Come on, lad, let's get on with this. The top 6 are long gone. We could be battling with them, and that's again Alicia Gowdry just overcooking it on the way out of Chandler's. Just pushing a little bit too hard again. This is the thing, as we said, she has the pace, she just needs to cool off.
Yeah, listen, let me tell you, she is a major talent, there's no doubt about it. She's potentially got all the talent in the world. Once she calms down and gets a grip of her emotions and can remain in control, she's going to be winning races at this level. She may even be a future Super 1 champion, but she does need to calm down a bit.
Now Tom Nippers is having a cracking battle as up the inside. McQuillan goes for the smallest gap in history into Surtees. That was a bucking bronco ride. Watch this up on the inside. That is the smallest gap you'll ever be given in karting, and he utilises it superbly.
Fantastic move, run the curb but got it done cleanly, no problems there. 14 going through the shot. That's Ethan Rees down the field as well. Ethan Pitt, there he is, the 23. He's come from the back of the field, Ethan Pitt, but he's not had the best weekend so far as the 89 goes down the inside, Jake.
Yeah, Nippers trying to make the move. Oh, it's not quite happened though. Jude Young gets him on the shuffle back. Absolutely brilliant, but that move from Harry McQuillan, I'm still reeling from it because that is such a dictatorial move. You have to throw it to the inside line, trust the gap is going to remain there, as well trust the guy in front of you that you're not going to turn in and slam dunk you out of the corner. So Harry McQuillan full of confidence and full of authority.
Yep, 75 going through the shot. That's Jude Young heading that little battle in the midfield. That's Jack Smith on the 83. Oh, contact!
Now that was a really close moment there for the 14, Ethan Rees. He saw stars for a moment there, but he's still right on the back of the 89, Tom Nippers. And as they go down to Raymond, he's going to try and get the job done properly this time. Nippers, holding him wide, but he does manage to get the job done this time.
Yeah, Rees up the inside of the 89, Tom Nippers.
Long's gone with him. Long's gone with him as well. So Long goes past as well. The 69, the privateer, has moved up a place as well. So very opportunistic moment there on the start-finish line practically. But it's still much Fender and Clark at the front end of this field. And look at how they've spread out. This is actually quite a big gap between each of them all the way through this top 6. Now, who's that in front of Alicia Gowdry in 4th position? The 42 of Shane White. Now I'm just a little bit nervous about his front fairing because it looks a little bit low to me, and we've had people in the past have a bit of an issue. I know, not quite fallen. I thought it was for a moment. Maybe it's just...
No, it looks okay to me. I think that's okay, Jake, but he's under pressure from Alicia. She's going to go up the inside sometime soon. Goes up there now, and that is a nice clean move this time.
That's what she should be doing all the time. Absolutely spot on from Alicia Gowdry. Now she's got to try and make up the ground to the top 3 later on into the race. This midfield battle still absolutely spectacular. Is up the inside. Is that going to be successful for the 75 of Jude Young? No. He's gone from the front of this train to the back. As we go into the final lap, it's still going to be the 61 out in front of Gordon Much. Try as he might, Angus Fender has not really been able to get close. Look at the distance between those two at the top of the timesheets. Much just 100th ahead of Alicia Gowdry. That's how quick she can be.
That tells you all you need to know about her. Now, what's the...
Hello.
Scrutineer is reporting that the race leader, you can see, flapping in the breeze.
Yeah.
He's had his straps on his helmet
His
now.
straps is loose. He's going to take the checkered flag here, but they may investigate. His Clark is going to just cross the line in front of Fender. Gowdry's going to come home 4th. She's under investigation, don't forget, for that contact earlier on. What if Much loses this race and Gowdry gets excluded as well? Well, Clark is going to be declared the winner. Yes, he has. Clark is declared the winner in front of Fender, White, McQuillan in 4th from Pitt, Long, Rees, Douglas, Nippers and Smith. What a dramatic way to end the race.
You thought that move with the last corner was for 2nd. It eventually turned out it was for the win. You struggled for pace yesterday. Talk about how you managed to improve as the day went on, and then about that last corner.
I think we just changed the kart setup and we got better with the carb, and it made the engine better, so all the pace was there and I could just stay with the front 3, and then I just did Angus. He defended and I just went around the outside.
I mean, that's a tricky move around the outside of the hairpin. Did you kind of just chuck it in there and hope, or was there a method to your madness?
I tried to get a cut back on the inside, but he stopped the cut, so I just put back on the power and got the run to the line.
Now the dynamic here is that the exclusion for Gordon Much from that race meant that he didn't score any points. If they'd have given him a black and orange flag, he would still have scored 48 points for coming last. That would have retained the championship lead, but as it is, it's Angus Fender that goes to the next round with the championship lead. Talking about championship leaders, Matt England is out of the TKM Extreme race coming up after the break. We'll review what happened next.